Every year, thousands of students apply for Japan's MEXT Undergraduate Scholarship, and yet most lose their chance during the initial document screening itself. Not because of the grades, but because they fail to understand three short questions. These are what I call the three golden questions. They seem very simple, but they reveal everything about your motivation, character, and sincerity. In this second video of this series in MEXT 2027 undergraduate application process, we will decode what these questions really mean, what the Japanese committee expects, and how you can answer them perfectly to stand out as a genuine MEXT scholar. So, MEXT 2027 undergraduate, the three golden questions where most fail. The three golden questions on the application form. What are these? The first one is specify the reasons why you selected each field of study and major. You have to specify three fields of study and major on the application form. For each of those three, you have to mention the reason why you selected those. The second question, what was the trigger for having an interest in Japan? And the third one, what kinds of things do you think you can contribute to Japan and your home country through your experience of studying in Japan? So now these all appear to be very, very straightforward questions, isn't it? And mostly we neglect or ignore these questions. But friends, believe me, the Japanese people, they are very, very serious about each and everything that they do. If they have asked you something to describe on the application form, then there is definitely a reason behind that, and they are not going to take it lightly. So whatever you write as answers to these questions, they will consider it very, very seriously and will judge you from those. So it's extremely important that you understand the meaning of these three questions and write the best answers possible for each of these. So if you take these questions lightly, then it is possible and it will in fact be more likely that your application will get rejected during the document screening round itself. So next is what they are looking for. So while answering these three questions, you have to think what is the purpose of asking this question? Why did they ask this question? So there must be some reason, isn't it? They have not asked these questions just for the sake of asking. There is a purpose behind that. You have to understand that purpose and what qualities in you will be judged from your answers. So this is also a very, very important aspect. So in this video, I am going to tell you both of these aspects for each of the three questions so that you can understand the purpose of the question and your own qualities which will get brought out from the answer that you write. So it will differ from candidate to candidate because you have to be very sincere and honest. That is another important thing, that while answering these questions, you have to be very, very honest to yourself, and then only your real self will come out in those answers. So now let's take the three questions one by one. The first question, specify the reasons why you selected each field of study and major. Purpose and qualities judged. So first we come to purpose. This question aims to understand the applicant's academic motivation and intellectual maturity. The committee wants to see that you have thought carefully about your chosen field, that your interest is based on genuine curiosity and understanding, and that you know how this major connects to your future goals. They are checking whether your decision is guided by long-term commitment rather than vague fascination. Essentially, they want to ensure you have a very clear sense of purpose and a highly realistic vision of how your studies in Japan will support your academic and professional development. And the qualities that they will be judging, here reviewers are assessing your clarity of thought, logical reasoning, and academic sincerity. They look for students who show a coherent narrative linking their past experiences, current interests, and future ambitions. They value applicants who demonstrate intellectual focus, awareness of how their chosen field is approached in Japan, and the ability to express enthusiasm without exaggeration. A strong answer reflects discipline, self awareness, and the capacity to pursue independent learning. So we now we know the purpose of this question and the qualities that will be judged from the answer to this question. So now, how to frame the answer? So we will take three fields of study, or three major in fact. One is history, one is mathematics, and one is computer science, and we will see a sample answer for each of these. Okay, so first let's take major as history. So reason for selecting this major. So again, you cannot write a long essay for this because there is a very little space provided. So you have to accommodate your answer in that given space. So your answer should be very crisp but very clear. So one possible answer for the history major will be, I have always been fascinated by how the flow of time shapes societies and cultures. Among all civilizations, Japan's unique evolution from an isolated feudal nation to a modern global power offers a rare historical trajectory. Studying history in Japan would allow me to analyze both Asian and global historical processes from a non-Western perspective. I wish to focus on the Meiji Restoration and its global parallels to understand how modernization movements differ across cultures. That's it. So this is how you should frame the answer. Now let's look at a sample answer for the mathematics major. Mathematics attracts me because of its universal logic and its role as the foundation of all sciences. Japanese universities have a strong global reputation in pure and applied mathematics, especially in algebraic geometry and mathematical modeling. I wish to pursue mathematics in Japan to develop a rigorous analytical mindset and to learn from research traditions that emphasize both depth and creativity. So likewise, for computer science, I have a sample answer to this question. I chose computer science because it combines creativity, logic, and innovation. Japan's contribution to robotics, AI, and embedded systems inspires me greatly. I wish to study in Japan to gain hands-on experience in advanced technologies developed with precision and ethical responsibility. My goal is to specialize in intelligent systems that can assist aging populations, a field where Japan leads globally. So you saw, friends, that how we connect the answers to Japan and how it is done. So in this way, for the other fields of study and other majors also, you can develop similar answers for your own, on your own. So next we will move to the second question. The second question is, what was the trigger for having an interest in Japan? So what are the purpose of asking this question? The purpose of this question is to determine whether your desire to study in Japan is based on genuine intercultural curiosity and respect for the country, not merely on practical benefits like scholarships or technology. The evaluators want to understand what specifically about Japan, its culture, history, values, or society sparked your interest, and whether that interest is deep enough to sustain you through the challenges of studying abroad. They also want to ensure you are motivated to engage meaningfully with Japanese life beyond the classroom. And the qualities that will be judged, the committee is observing your cultural sensitivity, sincerity, and openness to new perspectives. They look for signs that you admire Japan for more than its surface level appeal, perhaps through a personal story, book, film, historical event, or cultural experience that genuinely inspired you. The best answers reveal empathy, curiosity, and respect, showing that you can adapt to Japan's social and cultural environment. In short, they want to identify candidates who will represent their home country positively and integrate smoothly into Japanese society. So now, just like the previous question, we will again take history, mathematics, and computer science and see what could be the sample answer for this question. So let's begin with history. My initial interest in Japan began when I read about the transformation of Edo into Tokyo and how Japan adopted Western influences while preserving its cultural identity. Later, through Japanese literature and documentaries, I realized how historical consciousness remains deeply embedded in modern Japanese life, from preservation of traditions to community values. This blend of continuity and change inspired me to learn more about Japan directly. So again, the length of the answer is very limited because of the space available on the application form. Let's take a look at a sample answer for the mathematics major. What was the trigger for having an interest in Japan? My interest in Japan began when I discovered the Japanese mathematical tradition of Wasan during my high school. I was amazed that centuries ago, Japanese mathematicians independently developed advanced theories while the West followed different paths. This showed me Japan's long-standing respect for intellectual discipline and precision, qualities that resonate with mathematical thinking. Learning in such an environment feels intellectually and culturally compatible with my aspirations. And a similar answer for computer science. What was the trigger for having an interest in Japan? My fascination with Japan began through its technology culture, from robots like Asimo to the concept of Society 5.0, which envisions technology supporting human life. Reading about how Japanese engineers integrate social values into technology made me admire Japan's balanced approach to progress. I want to experience and learn from that culture of innovation firsthand. So, this is how you can frame a very beautiful answer to this question, which will make, or in fact, definitely make an impact on the selection committee. And last but not the least, the third question, the third golden question: what kinds of things do you think you can contribute to Japan and your home country through your experience of studying in Japan? So friends, before moving into the details of this question, just keep this in mind that the MEXT scholarship, or in fact any other scholarship that a foundation or a country is giving you, is only because of the bilateral relation between your home country and Japan. So it is expected that once you are done with your studies, you will work for both Japan as well as your home country in a constructive manner. It's not that they have given you scholarship and you go there, study, take a lucrative job and settle down in that job in that country, and you do not bother about other people or your home country. That's not the intention of this scholarship. So if they get a sense that you are not you have not understood the meaning of this scholarship or the significance or the objective of this scholarship, then definitely they will reject your application. So be very careful while answering this third question, because this will clarify your thought process to them, and they will come to know, they will realize what actually you are going to Japan for. So the purpose. The question, it examines your sense of purpose beyond academics. The Japanese government invests in MEXT scholars hoping they will become bridges of mutual understanding between Japan and their home countries. Therefore, they want to know how you plan to apply what you learn academically, professionally, or socially after your studies. The goal is to evaluate whether you have a vision for contribution, not for personal success. This also brings them identify applicants who align with MEX's mission of fostering international goodwill and collaboration. And what are the qualities that will be judged through the answer you provide to this question? Here, evaluators assess your social awareness, responsibility, and long-term vision. They are looking for students who see education as a means of service and who can articulate how their learning will benefit others. The best answers demonstrate balanced thinking. You value both cross-cultural communication skills You value both Japan's development and your own country's progress. They seek evidence of leadership potential, cross cultural communication skills, and a cooperative mindset. A thoughtful, future oriented answer suggests you will use your Japanese education to strengthen bilateral ties and contribute meaningfully to the society. So, I have talked a lot about this. So, what could be a probable answer to this question? So again, history, mathematics, computer science in that order. Let's look at three sample answers. What kinds of things do you think you can contribute to Japan and your home country through your experience of studying in Japan? A history applicant can write, through my studies, I hope to promote cross-cultural understanding between Japan and my country. You can write the name of your country here by conducting comparative research on modernization in Asia. I want to contribute to cultural exchange programs and publish bilingual historical materials that highlight shared experiences of development. In the long term, I aim to become a historian who bridges Japanese and South Asian historical perspectives, fostering academic cooperation. So this is the answer. And you can put some additional points as well, like you will be learning Japanese during all these 4 years, and then you will be able to translate some of the things from your own native language to Japanese or from Japanese to your native language and just like that. So these are only the sample answer. It's not that this is the only answer possible. So in fact, you should not use this answer, which I am telling you. You can take some idea from it, but never write, because there could be many people writing this same answer and they will know that someone has, so that you have copied from someone. So never write anything that I mention in my videos, especially the specific answers to questions. Do not write that in the application. So this is only for a kind of guidance of or mentoring. So you should frame your own answers. So again, please do not write the answers to these questions from this video. That will go against your application. So be very careful. Okay, so mathematics. Contribution to Japan and home country. How will you contribute? After completing my studies, I wish to engage in collaborative research between Japanese and Indian mathematical communities, contributing to academic exchange. I believe the logical clarity and patience nurtured in Japanese academia will help me become a teacher and researcher who can inspire students back home and promote Japan's educational excellence abroad. And one suitable answer for computer science. What kinds of things do you think you can contribute to Japan and your home country through your experience of studying in Japan? A computer science applicant may write on his application, I hope to contribute to research in human assistive robotics that can improve quality of life for the elderly. After graduation, I plan to work with Japanese companies or research institutes to co-develop affordable systems adaptable to developing countries. This way, I can help spread Japan's technological wisdom while addressing social challenges in my home country. And when you write home country, you can replace this home country with the name of your country, thus building a bridge of innovation between both nations. So this is a typical answer. So friends, that's all for this video. So we discussed the three golden questions which are part of the MEXT 2027 application, which will begin in April 2026. So do subscribe to this channel if you want to keep getting information about MEXT 2027 admission process. And this was the second video. In the first video, we discussed about the overall process of MEXT 2027 scholarship April intake. And in the upcoming videos also, we will give you some more important information, and we will keep giving you information till April before the application form gets released. And once the application form gets released, we will tell you more in detail about how to fill that form and how to do the next steps. So that's all for now. These are some of the playlists you are seeing on screen, which you can refer to on this channel, and you will get enormous amount of information regarding higher studies in Japan and various scholarships and admission processes. So thanks for watching this channel. If you want to stay updated with the higher studies of Japan in 2027, then do subscribe to this channel, do follow this channel, do get the notifications so that whenever we upload a new video, you are intimated, you are informed about it, and you can watch it. If you have any questions, you can always comment on any video, or if you want to write to me privately, you can do so by writing an email to saraljapani@gmail.com, and I assure you, I promise you that I will get back to you with the answers. That's all for today. Thanks for watching this video. Till we meet again. Arigato gozaimasu. Mata imasho.